So narcissists, are they born? Are they made? Do we have them? Do we know them? Have we tried to take a minute and understand what has happened in their lives? What is happening in their lives? Yeah. Would it be important if we took time to understand? Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosemary Nkoge. A very beautiful moment to get to converse and meet. I'm really looking forward to these conversations. And last week, we wanted to find out who are narcissists, and here we are talking about them once again. And I just got a lovely quote that I feel like I want to share with you. It's maybe we need to learn to divorce the behavior. We need to divorce what is happening and not the person. Have you subscribed? Kindly subscribe, share with all your friends. Let's get conversing. Let them know what is going on. Don't be selfish. Don't learn about narcissists alone. Don't learn about the many things we keep talking about alone. Share with your friends. It's good to share. You know, sharing is caring, and we love one another and we care for each other. So let's keep sharing. On this video, I thought about, yes, we talked about narcissism, and people, we agreed that there are people that would love to take power from people. You cannot take power from people when you already have that power. Then I asked myself, then when did they lose their power? Because one thing I know about human beings is that we all have power. We are all born with our power. Remember, the Bible says that we've not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of hope, courage, and a sound mind. So why are then these people feeling like they have the spirit of fear? So we need to ask ourselves, what happened? What happened to the narcissist? How did they become narcissists? One thing that I have learned along this journey is that narcissism is a coping mechanism. Narcissism is a coping mechanism. Wanting to take power away from people is a coping mechanism. You're coping with things that are deep inside. You're coping with things that are eating you on the inside. Yeah? So it is not about the person that is receiving. It's not about the receiver. It's not about you who lives with the narcissist. It's not about you who works with the narcissist. It's not about these people. It's about them. It's about what they have been through. It's about how they have dealt with what they have been through. Now, I have said time and again, and actually it's something I will keep saying, that behavior struggles have their root in homes of origin. Where do you come from? What was going on in your home? Now, whatever was going on in your home, whatever was going on in the environment you grew up in, affects the person that you end up becoming. Let me give a classic example. Growing up, I knew that Kikuyus were nice. I don't know. But there is not really unfair. I learned that Kikuyus were good people and Luos were not, and other communities were not. In fact, it is very interesting how I have grown up and my friends' base is not Kikuyu. I have friends all over. But growing up in central Kenya, I knew that non-Kikuyus were not good people. The best human beings were Kikuyus. Now, I meet somebody who's not a Kikuyu. I want to be friends with them, but somewhere at the back of my mind, I know they are not good people. That is how people's behavior is born. Because sometimes you'll hear, why do I have a problem with probably marrying a Luo? It's not that I have a problem with marrying a Luo, because probably I've never dated them. But I grew up hearing they are not good people. So that affects who you are. Your home, your environment, the school you went to, that affects who you are. So for these people with narcissistic tendencies, or these people, yes, what happens? Some of them may have grown up traumatized. They may have undergone childhood PTSD, adverse childhood experiences. I shared on adverse childhood experiences some time back. I'll put the link on the video on that video below here. So they underwent adverse childhood experiences. They took the world to be negative. They took the world to be unsafe, and they have now to keep themselves safe. Remember, I've said narcissism is a coping mechanism. So you grew up in a home where there was a lot of chaos. You are really put down, you are shut down, you are made to know that you're useless, you are really put down there under below. And you do not heal that. You do not deal with that fact. You're most likely going to mistreat other people. Because I had also said earlier that you will never take people where you have never been. So here is a man who has never been told that he's worth. So he knows he's not good enough. With the adverse childhood experiences that he had, and he did not heal the pain, he did not heal the trauma, because he says, it is what it is in life. Now he is taking people where he has always been. And Nobody is suggesting, by the way, why don't you check yourself? Or maybe he has never looked and realized there's a problem with how he's living his life. Because many people never think that there is anything going on in their life. So the one issue is adverse childhood experiences could lead you to coping through having narcissistic traits, putting people down so that you can feel lifted up. Another cause or something else that could have happened to this child is that maybe they were abused. I'm still going to adverse childhood experiences. I think the key thing that happened to people with narcissistic tendencies is adverse childhood experiences. Put down when they were growing up, abused when they were growing up. These people have never felt loved. They actually don't think love exists. And probably the people that have loved them have taken advantage of them, and probably that happened. And so they are so bitter. Narcissism has a lot of bitterness inside, okay? And because of low self-worth, I have said there's bitterness, and there's now bitterness and then low self-worth. This low self-worth makes them look out for, and they do this very subconsciously. It is not something they work very hard to do intentionally. It's very subconscious. They look for people who are people we like to call empaths, and it is not really empathy, being an empath. It's actually being a codependent. Somebody who feels they're more powerful, who feels appreciated, who feels noticed when they give away their power. And so this narcissist, they look for these people because they make them feel good. And unfortunately, this falls a lot with women. Where women, we think we are created, we are nurturers, but we are not nurturers to look at people who have tendencies to abuse us and we let them do it. We give them the power to abuse us, So that is it. They feel really low. They don't feel worth. They don't feel important. They don't feel like the world, they're okay. They don't feel like the world needs them. They feel like the world doesn't really need them, but because we are here, let's put people down. And then we look for who to put down. Oh, and to you, if you happen to have anything similar to the main abuser, because subconsciously, they know the main abuser. They somehow know who it is that abused them. So if you happen to have any similarity with this person, and then you happen to also be below them, for example, this person is your supervisor, and the person that abused them was maybe their mother, and you're there, and you're the woman, you're a woman, they have to put you down because finally they have authority over their mother. Yes, you sit on that seat like their mother. So it's not really that narcissists are bad people. And one thing I have learned is you need to find out what happened to this individual. I'll share a story of another friend of mine who had shared with me how her husband was not a good person, and how the man was in his second marriage and he wasn't good even to her. She had really not enjoyed the marriage. And I asked her, have you ever wanted to find out what exactly goes on in the home? And she was like, wait, I think I'll take interest in finding out what goes on in the home. And when we went deeper, as I was asking her questions, she told me, wait. In fact, she told me the story. The guy is a firstborn. The mother is a controlling person. And she has been running the home with a bit of manipulation from the mother. By the way, some narcissists could also have some people-pleasing tendencies. They put you down and try to gain favor of the person who had put them down. Are you together? They please. They want to please their mother or their father or the person who put them down. And in the process, they end up hurting you. But it doesn't matter. After all, that's my parent. Actually, let me also say that most narcissists were also raised by narcissistic parents. Yes, and they have to face the issues and they continue the cycle. Remember, we talked about generational dysfunctions, family dysfunctions, where you see a man behaving like his father or his mother. And you say, hey, this one, I don't know what is wrong with him. He's such a mommy's boy. When his mother says anything, he can't say no. But when I ask him anything, even which is normal things like, can we go to church tomorrow because it is Sunday? Or can we go to the market? Could you drop me to the market, or could you take me to the market? He's very nasty. Yet, he will not take you to the market, but he will take his mother for chama. That tells you something. He's behaving just like he saw behavior being done to him. He wants to be good to his mother. And as he's being good to his mother, he puts you down. He really frustrates you because he's punishing you as if he wants to punish his mother. But since he can't, he punishes you. So it is good to notice, where did this person come from? If you're living with someone who has narcissistic tendencies, ask yourself, what happened to them when they were growing up? Have you taken time to understand their home? Have you watched the family, the other members of the family? In most times that I said in last week's video, and I'll also put the link down here. In most cases, you will see these people are the family heroes. They do everything to be the family heroes, and they want to ask members of the family, why are you not doing like me? Why are you not able to do things like I do? They not only control you, their spouse, they not only control their children, they also control their siblings, because they're the family hero. Guess what? They learned to cope. Basically, and that is something I have learned, many people with narcissistic tendencies, I actually avoid, and I really like not saying narcissists, people with narcissistic tendencies, most of them are actually copers. And they're actually very successful. They work so hard to be successful, and most of them also tend to be firstborns. So it's before we judge the narcissist, it's good to look at ourselves. It's good to understand where are we coming from? Where are they coming from? I'll tell you something. Transformation will never come from hearing things. Transformation will only come from taking time to heal your wound. If you look at yourself, remember last week I asked, are you the narcissist? But I asked myself that question this week, and I asked myself, wait, could I actually be the narcissist? Could I be the person that has been abusing other people? And sometimes it hits badly. You know, one thing about self-awareness is that it reveals you to you. It doesn't reveal other people. It reveals you to you more than it reveals other people. So this week I asked myself, wait, have I had narcissistic tendencies? Of course, you really judge yourself so harsh. And I said, maybe at some point I did, and at some point I was such a people pleaser. And what did I do? I went back to myself, and I was able to understand. Of course, I have already learned the tools. So check yourself. Check yourself. Leave the narcissist alone, as I have said. Just observe what could have happened to them. Were they abused? Did they undergo some very serious adverse childhood experiences? All of them are serious. What happened to them? And just maybe you will be able to catch on them. Now, let me ask her. Do you think it can be changed? First and foremost, with a lot of information that we have nowadays, people check their relationships. People check their quality of their lives. People ask themselves, why am I not able to keep friends? Why don't my friends want to be with me? Is it because they tell you, hey, you're super controlling? Oh, really? They will check. Somebody may go online and check. And many of them have begun healing. Because let me tell you guys, there's nothing that cannot be healed. As long as you're willing to face it, you will heal it. As long as you're willing to put in the work. Because I can also assure you, healing and transformation and becoming a transformed individual is not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. Just like growing a career takes a lot of effort. Growing you to be a happy, you are healthy, you attracting amazing relationships also takes a lot of work. And that work is going to take you to you. You will get to meet yourself. So guys, everybody is redeemable. Even that person with narcissistic tendencies just needs to know that there is a problem. Once they realize there's a problem, those guys can really work on themselves, and they might be very, very, very super transformed. And let me tell you, if you live with a narcissist, or if you have one person who's narcissistic, once they know what is going on, and once they are like, wait, there's a problem, and they start to address it, they become amazing human beings, because they will understand, oh my goodness, this is what happened. So once I heal this wound, things will get better. And once things get better, hey, you, the partner, is one who is going to enjoy. So let's encourage them. Let's share two things with them, you know. And but I'm not telling you if he's abusing you, you sit there if he's physically abusing you. I'm not telling you to sit there because he's physically abusing you, or she is physically abusing you. So whoever it is, understand your relationship dynamics. What is the role that you're playing? Because for there to be a narcissist, there has to be a codependent. Are you codependent? What happened to you? Why? What does he remind you of? Is your husband like your father? Is your wife like your mother? Yeah? Is your colleague like your parent? Is your boss like somebody? What happened to you? Even you, the codependent. Let me tell you, one question that I really, really want us to begin asking is, what happened to you? What happened to you? Even with that partner, I learned another trait, which is nice, and I'm going to share it with you now. Because in life, there are going to be very many people with narcissistic tendencies. When someone is really up there, tell them, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry on behalf of the person that hurt you. And you're a good person. Mostly this person is going to get very confused. Can have very deep words. Tell them, I'm sorry, you're a very good person. Breathe in, breathe out, because sometimes you don't want to say those things. So just tell them you're sorry. And you'll be so amazed at how they will first get confused, and they will think through it. Next time they do the same, you tell them, I'm sorry, you're a very good person. I just want to remind you that you're a good person. In fact, you're a kind person. Imagine. Pole pole, you will start seeing transformation. They may want, and also you working on yourself may make them get transformed, may make them want transformation. Sometimes you don't want to work on yourself, you want this person to work on themselves. That doesn't happen. So you just need to let them know, you just need to work on yourself, so that you can also be able to tell them, I'm sorry, you're a very good person, with a smile on your face. And when they do something, you tell them, I'm sorry, I may not be able to do that because I don't want to do it. If the narcissistic person tells you, quit your job, I'm your husband, I'm like, no, I don't think it is okay for me to quit my job because I love my job and I want to continue working. Take your power. Keep working on you to build on your power. I wish you a very beautiful, beautiful week ahead. See you next week. God bless you. Subscribe. Share. Have a lovely week. I love you very, very much, and let's keep talking. Bye-bye.